Paul Varelans. Going into that fight with Varelans, because you got through your first bout, what were you obviously must have known who he was. So what were your thoughts of him?
Well, I remember watching UFC with Coleman, like before Coleman even fought, and Paul Varelans was on the TV, and I don't know, I looked up to him like that's a big guy. But I watched Kerr beat him earlier in a Brazil tournament, and I wasn't nervous about him. So I just thought it was going to be easy, get a takedown, get on top and ground and pound. I wasn't worried about that one.
Nice.
And Paul kind of played along to talk about the fight, because Paul, what he bought was, and you got to like when he was in UFC, he came in big, but you got to kind of in shape. Like he started to trim down.
He looked good. He looked good for that fight.
Yeah.
And he always bought the intensity. So talk a little bit about Paul. May he rest in peace.
So the cool thing about Paul is Mark said something like, listen, you've lost 80 pounds. Go out there without your shirt on, like show off what you've done. And I don't know, Paul was close to Coleman and I. So he did go out. I think that's the only time he fought without a shirt on, but hell, he lost 80 pounds. He should have been proud of himself. The weird thing is when I was fighting him, I was using his mouthpiece. Now, the weird thing is this, and let me just go a couple minutes on this. But so I fought my first fight. I had a mouthpiece. I put it down. Somebody stole it. I'm getting ready to fight Paul in the semifinals. And he's like getting amped up to fight me. I'm like, Paul, listen, I hate to bother you, but do you have a mouthpiece I can borrow? He's like, Jesus Christ, Nutter, here you go. And he handed me a mouthpiece.
So were you guys warming up in the same area?
Yes.
It's a nightclub.
That's a really small bar. That's a really small
bar that I was talking about. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a sports bar. So he gives it to me. I end up beating him, and by the grace of God, I lose the mouthpiece he let me borrow. So after I beat him in the semifinals, he's getting stitches, and I'm like, Paul, hey, good fight. You're really gonna hate me, but can I borrow your mouthpiece again?
What's going on with you, Nick? What's happening, dude? Is this Coleman? Who's doing this?
Coleman's hiding him from him.
Somebody did. And he's like, Jesus Christ.
Do you think it was somebody trying to undermine the event?
I think so. But the one he gave me that he had like, it looks like
drool on it.
There was drool. It looked like he chewed on it for like days. There was gum in it. But I put it in to show the referee that I do indeed have a mouthpiece, and I showed it to him, and got knocked out 9 seconds later. But anyways, Paul's a good guy. He let me have 2 mouthpieces.